He never leaves you, nor will he forsake you. All he wants is your good. You slept with Joseph, ate with him, and planned his destruction. They threw him in an empty pit. Don't let them tell you any lie, it's still meant to kill. Because the pit had no water, no food. And they threw him in a pit. And as they were about to leave, they saw a band of Ishmaelites. And then, because of the greed of money, they said, let us sell him. Let us sell him and get some money. They stopped the band of Ishmaelites. Do you want a slave? Are you interested in a slave? The Ishmaelites said yes. Give them 20 pence. And took Joseph. They stood aside and they watched him. Watched the Israelites. Shackled their young brother with chains. Tied him to their caravan. And they watched the Israelites let him off to Egypt. Oh church, this is painful. From a child of favor to a brother of hate. From a mansion to a pit. From a child of promise and visions to a slave. Where was God? Where was God when his brothers concocted a plan to kill him? Where was God when they threw him in a pit? Where was God when they sold him into slavery? Where was God? Have you ever asked yourself, where is God? Oh, somebody listen to me now. Get real. Have you ever asked yourself, where is God? When problems come your way and you can't see anywhere out, you ask yourself, where is God? When your husband tells you he doesn't love you anymore, you ask yourself, where is God? When your wife walks out with another man, you ask yourself, where is God? When you struggle to earn a living and you lose your job, you ask yourself, where is God? Where is God? When you train the child in the way of the Lord and the child walks out from God, you ask yourself, where is God? When you are diagnosed with cancer, diagnosed with AIDS, diagnosed with a terminal disease, you ask yourself, where? When trials come your way, when trials come your way, I know you ask God, God, I know you could have stopped it. God, where were you? You see, church, trials come in different forms. There are trials associated with hardship. And so you in the midst of your hardship, financial hardship, you know the different hardships, and you look in your life and you're looking for God, but it seems as though you can't see him. You ask yourself, God, where are you? There are trials associated with pain. Pain. Your heart is broken. Pain. You ask yourself, as the doctor looks at you, I'll never forget it, my professor, big strong Mozart. At one time he weighed almost 300 pounds. When I watched this professor, all he did was talk about God. When I watched him in his sick bed with his last breath, he preached to 2 people and they gave their lives to Christ. But I asked myself, as I watched this Mozart, my good friend, Dr. Mozart, we prayed together, we laughed together. He was the advisor for my dissertation. As I looked at him on his sick bed, I asked myself, I confess, I asked myself, God, where are you? There are trials associated with heart. You have heartaches. Heartaches. Your heart is crushed by somebody or something. You ask yourself, God, where are you? God, where are you? There are trials associated with what other people bring on you. You did nothing wrong to deserve this. You did nothing wrong to go through this. All you did was your best. But for some reason, people hate you. People are against you. And you ask yourself, God, is this fair? God, where are you? Joseph, I believe, asked God. Maybe at one time he said, where are you? Maybe he did not. I don't know. But look what the Bible says. Come with me, everybody. Genesis 39. Genesis 39. I want you to leave with this passage. Genesis 39 from verse 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt. And Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard of the Egyptians, brought him to the hands of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And the Lord, come on, did you see what I saw? Yes. No, you did not see this, because you will start to shout. Are you listening to me? Now read it for me, everybody. And the Lord, 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 and the Lord was with Joseph. Where was God when his brothers planned this destruction? The Lord was with Joseph. Where was God when they threw him in a pit, left him to die? The Lord was with Joseph. Where was God when they shackled him off to Egypt? And the Lord was with Joseph. Where was God when they sold him to Potiphar? And the Lord was with Joseph. I can't understand God. You mean to tell me this man going through all these problems and God is with him? You mean to tell me he's at the worst point in life and God is with him? You mean to tell me that he's a slave and God was with him? You mean to tell me you lost your job and God is with you? You mean to tell me you are financially broke and God is with you? You mean to tell me that your family is on the rocks and God is with you? You mean to tell me that you are so stressed out about to lose your mind and God is with you? The Bible says, and the Lord was. Lord have mercy. Yes. Lord have mercy. Yes, sir. What a thing. But this is not strange. This is not strange. You remember Jesus? Oh, yes. He was the very God. Oh! Now watch this. Jesus had divinity pent up in him. Now watch me. What you saw was humanity that limited God himself. Yes, sir. Are you listening to me? So God was wrapped up in humanity, and yet they crucified him, yet they nailed him to a cross, yet Church of the living God, you've got to understand that while God can act, while he can act at any time and every time, God acts with a plan.